about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, if you don't leave me alone, you're gonna have to send me home, 'cause I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator.
Classified my ass!
Government is another way to say better than you.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver Common Sense Show.
Want the Sackheads to give you a blessing?
8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. Just waiting for a call-in. We are having someone calling in today. We're special today. We're going to have a guest tonight. And this is the Reaver After Dark. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. So, how's everybody doing tonight? I know we got the debate going, and, well, it seems about worthless. I watched the lower end tier, and it was on and off. I really lost my concentration. I couldn't concentrate on that jargon. Come on, you late bastard, call. So, well, until then, we'll go over some stuff. See how things are going. It is Wednesday, the 28th. Don't forget, following me will be Ken the Conservative, and then we will have the Sackheads radio show. Starting next week, we will have a new lineup. Before me, there is going to be several shows. Things are just getting wrapped up, and, hey, it's going to be interesting. I think Bill Martinez is going to be on right before me, and I think before that is going to be Dan the Man Butcher. It's getting pretty interesting. Let's see what this. Oh, the wife being a smart aleck. She knows I'm on the show, so what does she do? She sends me a text. And I was showing her a feature on the iPhone, how you can talk to it and all tap. Here we go. Hey, it's Crash. How you doing tonight, man? Hey, are you there?
You've reached Dean Simmons. Please leave a message and I will return the phone call.
Alright, that was weird. He called me, and I get the voicemail. Let's see if we can call him. Alright, let's see how it goes. That was really weird. He called me. Hello? Got that on. That's... What the heck is going on? I am having a really weird signal.
You've reached Dean Simmons. Please leave me a message and I will return your...
Bear with me 1 second. This is... I'm sitting here talking to him on text then. It's... There we go. Now we got it ringing. Now we're cooking with gas. See if he answers.
Hello?
Hey. You there?
Hey.
Alright. Everybody crash. Crash everybody. You gonna talk or you gonna sit there and just look at your phone? Oh, what the heck? He's got some weather up around him, so I don't know if we're going to be able to keep him on.
You've reached Dean Simmons.
No.
Please leave it.
Oh, all right. We got to get on with the show, and let's give him one last try. Damn New Jerseyans. AT&T, when you want to make a call, they never work.
I've reached the
All right. Give me a second here. Why I oughta... Isn't this exciting radio? Getting to listen to chords being pulled around. And then... supposed to have a caller in, and... what do you get to listen to? Me putzing around. Yay, technology. Nope, wrong one. Cancel. Drum roll, please. And we got it ringing. That's a good thing we got dial tone this time, but we got a ring.
Hello.
Let's try this one last time. You there?
I am here. Do not make a crash joke. The phone's died.
Yeah. You probably ran into a wall.
Well, you said everybody crash. I did run into it. That might have been me.
Either that, you know how the NSA likes to block our phone calls. And don't laugh, people. Me and him will get in a conversation. We'll get talking political. All of a sudden, the phone will die just like that. We'll have perfect signal for like 30 minutes. We start talking politics. Drop. All right. Exactly. I swear. All right, real quick. I'm going to play a clip. And this is from a video between Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul. I'll play the video, and then I'll explain to the fans everything why I'm playing it. All right, let me get...
Good. I haven't seen the video yet. I've only heard about it, so this ought to be good.
Laptop.
I'm all wired up here.
I just did CNN. I just go over and over again. We're willing to compromise. We're willing to negotiate. I don't think they poll tested. We won't negotiate. I think it's awful for them to say that over and over again.
Yeah, I do too. And I just came back from the 2-hour meeting with them, and that was basically the same view privately as it was publicly.
I think if we keep saying we wanted to defund it, we fought for that, but now we're willing to compromise on this, I think we can't.
Right there is a part. We talked about defunding it, but now we're willing to compromise. What they were talking about the funding was the government and also Obamacare, but now they're talking about funding it.
And we're going to win. I think, well, I know we don't want to be here, but we're going to win this, I think.
So that was the video.
On the air?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Sugar, I forgot to turn a certain knob a different way so you can hear stuff. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. As long as it actually got on the air.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You're not important.
Sure you wouldn't sound like an idiot.
It's the auxiliary. I have it turned down so you don't get a feedback of the whole show where you're hearing yourself and me and double.
Gotcha.
So, but that was the video,
Gotcha.
And it talks about Rand Paul came across Mitch McConnell. He says, hey, I'm mic'd up, getting ready to go on air. They start talking, and, we're willing to negotiate. We're willing to negotiate. They weren't expecting it. We've been saying that we wanted to fund it, but now we're willing to negotiate. That makes him look like a little bit of an idiot. Say one thing, do another. Typical politicians. Now, as I was telling Crash, and I told my afternoon show, I put that up on a Rand Paul site. And to say the least, this guy blew a gasket would be an understatement. I got a private message from him, but the weird thing is I blocked him 3 times on Facebook, and it didn't work, or he got around it. And the last one, or the message he sent me, I shouldn't say the last one because he sent me 2 messages, one last night, one this morning. Hang on. I'm going to bring the message up so I don't misquote.
Sure you embrace that freedom of speech. Get it right.
Exactly. We follow the Constitution. You don't have a right to say what you just said. All right. He went on. Well, I'm awaiting. Are you going to be a puss and not take your lying video down? Or are you going to be a man and take it down? Your choice. You told me to show you proof, so I showed proof. When I showed proof, you didn't even comment back, which he didn't show proof. He listed to some stupid article. I don't even remember. That's how much it stuck in my head. And
it's probably about global warming.
Yeah. So you owe me and the people where you posted it, The Blaze, an apology. And if you don't take it down, I will expose you on the internet. Now, I get those threats all the time. But this one is the one that kind of put me on my toes. I know where you live. I will put your address online so that everybody can see it. Your choice. Now, my response was when I was talking to another friend of mine. Everybody knows Sackhead Sean. And this is not a threat, since this guy he's such a constitutionalist, he can more than glad come to my house. I will show him my constitutional rights of the Second Amendment. And
rounds first.
Yeah, as much as he didn't like my right to free speech, I don't think he'll like that one either. Now, the thing is, I got another one this morning from him with my address in it. He actually got my address. Really? Yes. So I think the guy might have been like a part-time hacker or something, because he was getting around Facebook's blocks and all that. For that...
In all fairness, it's not overly difficult to determine somebody's address. With just a basic amount of information, you can pretty much get an address on anybody. It's what you do with the information is what makes it either legitimate or illegitimate.
Right.
I mean, not that I'm defending the guy.
No, I know you're not. Basically, what I turned it into Facebook under threats, and his profile is no longer there. Now, if he would have shut it down, there would still be like remnants, or you've come to this by accident. No, it just it does nothing.
Yeah, if it's non-existent, that's the program.
Yeah,
not the user.
And I've seen people that have had like a temporary ban or block. You know, they go into Facebook jail, and you can still access. Oh, it's going to be one of those nights with the phone system. Like I said, he's in some bad weather. But yeah, so that was my fun last night. I'm not going to really be involving on social media. I'm going to keep doing the show. And I'm going to continue doing the show, and I will do update, but I'm not going to get involved in having discussions like that anymore. Hey, your theme song went across the air that time. People are going to be like...
There's a bit of a storm going through my area right now. My cell reception is telling me that I'm very solid, but every now and again there'll be a brief blackout that disconnects. So,
what do you do?
If it's being a problem, just tell me not to call back in, and I won't.
I ain't worried about it. My show, I can have as many people calling in as I want. But as I was saying while you were redialing, is so my fans know that I will still be posting my shows and so forth. NSA, baby. It's not the weather, it's the NSA. I won't be getting involved in those conversations anymore. I can't put my family at risk. There's too many nut jobs out there, and this is a Republican that's doing the threatening like that. And I know it's also part of it. He's threatening he's going to expose me on the internet. I can't have my family put in any compromise. So I will no longer be involving myself in those types of conversations. It's not worth it. Sorry, people. I love freedom. I love doing this show, but I'm pretty sure everybody will understand. It is not worth the risk. All right, let's see what we can get going. Like I said, he said he's in a storm or some bad weather, and he's in, amazingly, New Jersey does have the sticks. He's in South Jersey down in the Pine Barrens. So he is a piney now. A whiny piney. I know he's cussing out his phone right now. Alright. So. Wait, my phone just beeped. Let me see what's going on. This is just the technology, isn't it great? I mean, let me see. I'm going to try calling into him again one last time. And if it doesn't work, we'll just say, hey, it wasn't meant to be. It's like an up and down match.
Yellow.
And let's try this one last time, I say. NSA must be really pissed at us tonight for talking about it. You there?
Okay. Yeah, I'm here. What are we talking about?
I finished talking about how I will not be really getting in those types of conversations, except for posting my show and my normal Facebook that I do with friends and all that. It's not worth the risk of my family. It's not worth it.
Right.
And this is, like I said, it's a Republican that's doing the bit, that's making those types of threats, which is really scary.
Well, you know what? I mean, I've made this statement before, and I'll make it again. And I don't really classify myself as Democrat or Republican because I can see the pros and the negatives on both sides of it. Actually, a good friend of mine put it this way. They're both just different cheeks of the same ass.
Bastages. You took that from me earlier.
Yes, I did. I took that from my training officer.
Alright, let's try to get at least one article in before the break. And just go... this is comical. Very comical. Technology, ain't it great? Alright, and there is the first female bishop in England has been sworn in, whatever you want to call it. And her first bit of business is she wants people to stop referring to God as either a he or a she, insisting that God is neutral, gender neutral. My response back is, God, it's got to be a male. And this is what's funny, because me and my wife, the first time we even talked on the phone, back before we dated and all that, first time I called her, we got in a conversation. Somehow, I think I was working on my lawnmower, riding lawnmower for my dad, and I had banged my hand or something and said, like, God damn it, or something like that. And she had made the comment that God is a woman. So this is our first really conversation, is we got into it, and NSA is really pissed at you tonight.
Should put my voice over the airwaves.
So, like, we cannot have these two on the air. No, that would be very bad. That'll be bad for our current government situation. What we're talking about is the first woman bishop in England. And her first bit of business is, she says, for people not to refer to God as a he or she. Alright, we're going to just cut him out for the night. He's done. He's cut off. Alright, but, you know, and as I was saying, you know, me and my wife's first discussion was that. And I won the argument. She says she won it. I say I won it. But I can prove God is a male. Because if God was a female, be calling her a goddess. We use the term. All right, he's going to call from his house this time. That one should be good. That one should really set it in. So, listen, we're going to take a quick break while he gets all straightened out, and we'll be right back after. Whoops, I got to set the. There it is. There we go.
Listening to Reaver Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network. In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying coffee, stupid.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people are misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation looking for direction needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, Pundit Press Radio, and YouTube through the SHR Media page for a different kind of commentary on the unpleasant blind guy. Because the truth is not always pleasant.
Hey, it's Jersey Joe from Reaver of Common Sense, and we have moved to a new night and time. Every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on shrmedia.com, you will catch the Reaver of Common Sense uncensored, unfiltered, and only on shrmedia.com.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
She turned away, what was she looking at? She was a sour girl the day that she met me. Hey,
And welcome back to the Reaver After Dark Show. It is Jersey Joe and Crash. He's back. Please tell me you're still there. All right.
He's around to stay for more than 5 seconds.
Well, you called in on a house line, so we shouldn't have the technology unless the whole issue was my cell phone, which in case...
I'm just grateful you didn't jump into the whole "that's what she said" comments.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't help
I have no answers. That's... So, So we were talking, and I don't know if I ever told you the story, the first conversation that me and Allie ever had, and I mean the very first conversation, I called her up, we were talking, and we got in the argument of, is God a male or female? And I think I won the argument because I said if God was a female, it would be goddess. Since we refer to him as God, that denotes a male figure. The argument's pretty much not there. God is male, so therefore this bishop is out of line saying we should be referring to God as a gender neutral.
Okay.
Just trying to catch you up to everything in like a one-breath sentence.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can kind of see it. The ironic thing is, maybe irony is not the best way to put it, but just from the little bit that I can remember of, I had a brief period where I was really interested in like mythology and all that rest, that type of stuff. In any case, it was ironic that if there was not a gender assigned, it was always referred to, and I do mean it, was referred to in the male persona, if it was non-gender assigned. Now, if there was a specific gender, if it was male, it was referred to in the male persona. If it was female, then obviously referred to in the female persona. So it's kind of, to me, the whole thing, and I am Catholic and, the rest of that.
Sorry to hear that.
To me, it seems kind of silly that in this day and age, that's a debate that's going to come up. I mean, it's just kind of like, all right, we've got tens of thousands of years of history behind us, and the male persona has essentially been either serving the role of gender neutral or male, yet now we're going to try to come up with a new phrase. I mean, what are you going to come up with? What's going to be the gender neutral phrase? Because honestly, I haven't heard one from her.
And that's the thing, I haven't heard either. It's
what's the gender neutral phrase? Tree? I mean, people have yelled that to me numerous times. The problem is, I just say, yes, there it is in front of me. Damn it. I mean, come on.
Watch out for that tree. I think we should have named you Tarzan. No. What the heck was that cartoon?
You could not name me Tarzan.
No. What was that cartoon? That was something of the jungle. Watch out for the tree. It was George. You're George now.
George of the Jungle. Oh my God, dude, you really?
I know this. You know me. The stupidest things that go through my head.
No, the fact that you didn't, you couldn't remember.
I remember Chunk the other day.
Yeah, it speaks to my mindset. I watched George of the Jungle last week. So,
well, you got two that are younger than mine, so.
Who said my kids were the ones that wanted to watch it?
Good point. Also, I got to, what makes, for those that don't know, me and Crash, we rode ambulance, 10 years we were partnered together, and also we need pity because my wife's a registered Democrat and his wife's a Democrat too, so not so much mine because she votes Republican but registered Democrat. Yours, we've been swaying over the last 7 years. It's been a 7-year argument, but...
Yeah, she dug her heels in the past few months, just so you know.
Uh-oh.
So
that again?
Hey.
All right.
Things have gotten a little rough.
My apologies.
I'm going to buy new grade sandpaper.
Oh! All right, so we have Kasich, Governor Kasich. He can't understand it. He wants to know how come he is losing, and I'm trying to remember whichever other nobody running had the same thing. They can't understand how they're losing to Carson and Trump. Now, if you're going to go and... No, but if you're going to go and say that type of comment, I know why you're losing. I mean, if you're going to, point out that, how am I losing to these two? It's not how am I losing, it's how am I losing to these two. like they're a higher class than everybody else.
The fact of the matter is, and honestly, this is my opinion, so take it for what it's worth. The whole 5 people who listen to the show.
Thanks, you jackass.
The fact of the matter is, the whole reason why they're losing is, from what I've seen just in my area for people that I've talked to, people are tired of the flippin' career politicians. They're tired of the people that want to spout the party lines and say what they think people want to hear, and they want to preach to everybody outside of our country and the rest of the world to figure some problem out that may or may not even exist in our country. And they want to appease everybody else. People are tired of that. Politicians originally, a politician was a representative of the people, which meant they were from the people. They were the people.
Original politicians that went to Washington, D.C., our founding fathers, they didn't want to go. They didn't want to go.
The original politicians, they made their money elsewhere. Being a politician was essentially a volunteer position.
Yeah, it was an honor to them, if anything.
Now it is a career position for life where you're going to make your 6-figure salary, $250,000 salary for the rest of your life.
And not even show up to vote.
You're going to make that off the people that make $40,000 or less a year, and then you're going to turn around and say, it's not worth my time to show up and vote. I'm sorry, I'm paying your damn salary.
Or the other one that I love right now is, we're not getting paid enough, we need more money. We don't get paid enough at $174,000.
Why don't you go ahead and why don't you take that statement and you go to fire rescue and you go to paramedic and you ask them if they're getting paid enough to be shot at, have knives pulled on them, be held hostage.
What about the privates?
With all types of crap.
Your lowest ranking in the military, they make less than the minimum wage.
I apologize. You know what? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. The military, entry level in the military, makes less than federally mandated minimum wage.
Yep.
So you know what? I'm sorry I jumped to the medic fire.
Oh, no. But I understand
right.
your point, and I'm pretty sure the people listening understand the point. It is also the fire medics, because they're pushing, the left is pushing this income equality.
The matter is,
and where's the income equality when you have, like, the people who...
There isn't.
The fire, police, EMS, our military, all the ones that protect and put their lives on the line, and they don't make that much money.
Thank you.
But go to an NBA rookie, and they're making $500,000 minimum.
Honestly, you know what? There was a post that was sent to me probably a few weeks ago.
Oh, I'm going to sprain my ankle.
There was I don't even honestly I never even put the guy's name into my head because I didn't think it was worth it. But some knucklehead athlete, I want to say he's related to or married to a Kardashian, which I guess that makes it important. Decided to go and get drunk, stoned.
What is it, Lamar?
$10 million in a whorehouse in Vegas. So the media's all over that. They're going to be all over that. They're praying for his recovery. Everybody's all worried about him.
Oh, yeah.
Now, he made a conscious decision. He has had everything handed to him. He could stop working right now and be set the rest of his life. But everybody's praying for him. But compared to him was a United States Armed Forces member who was in recovery for throwing himself on a hand grenade to protect his fellow soldiers. And the first time I heard about that story was with its comparison to this guy.
Yeah, and
that is disgraceful.
Mass media.
It's disgraceful, and it's unacceptable.
Mainstream media, they won't jump on those stories because it doesn't sell papers. It doesn't sell to their knowledge. They haven't tried it.
Yeah, well, that's just the point. They haven't tried it, because I'll tell you what, I would buy 10 times the amount of paper, stock, subscriptions, and everything else if they actually reported on the true American heroes.
You and God knows how many others.
Idle.
But, on the other part, it's still the mass amount of people in the United States that still watch that stuff.
True.
You know, they bitch and they complain about it, but they still watch it to the point that it allows those television stations... It's like, dang, I'm in a loss today. I have not been able to find simple words. It's like you're praising bad behavior, and that's what we as a people, I mean, and I've done it too, and you've done it. I mean, sitting at the squad, we've been like, yo, where's the coverage on this? We want to see about this latest disaster. And of course, me and you were a little sick in the head, but
whatever it is. Yeah.
But, yeah, all right. But, yeah, I find it funny that he's complaining, why am I losing to, Carson and Trump? Just, like I said, if you have to make that statement, there's the reason why you're losing. You think you're higher than somebody else.
The problem is he thinks that he's entitled to be higher than somebody else.
Yes. The entitlement is not just on the left.
And I'm honestly, I'm going to speak to anybody listening. Have a true conversation with the generation that is going to succeed you, with your children, with your nieces, with your grandchildren. Have a conversation with them about a fair day's work.
Yeah.
And see the differences between what you would consider a fair day's work and what they look at it nowadays. Because I'll tell you what, you'll want to do one of two things. Either slam your head into a brick wall or kick their patootie 3 counties away.
Exactly.
Okay? I hate to put it that way. I have kids, and there are times.
Well, let's tell the listeners exactly how you have a life to deal with. Now, I know you're not complaining about it, but he has 4 daughters, and his wife in his house, and him. And I'm pretty sure the audience just went, "Oh God, we feel sorry for him."
Well, let's just put it this way. It's never boring. You're never short on chocolate. And it gives me the best opportunity in the world
to run out to the store?
Second Amendment rights. Well, you know what? I'm kind of good. All right.
All right, a new article. Actually, no, we don't even have time for a new article. It's about that time for a break. I got to give my little spiel. Now, remember, with the new setup, when I put you on mute, you won't be able to hear me.
About standby until you say otherwise.
So, all right, remember, everybody, noon to 1 p.m. every day, shrmedia.com and punditpress.com, you can catch Reaver Common Sense Show with me, Jersey Joe. Also, just like right now, 8 p.m. Wednesdays, Reaver After Dark, you can catch me, Jersey Joe. Right here on shrmedia.com and punditpress.com. We'll be right back after these commercial break. Yeah, wrong button.
Listening to Reaver Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network. In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying Catholic, stupid.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people are misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation looking for direction needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, Pundit Press Radio, and YouTube through the SHR Media page for a different kind of commentary on the unpleasant blind guy. Because the truth is not always pleasant.
Hey, it's Jersey Joe from Reaver of Common Sense, and we have moved to a new night and time every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on shrmedia.com. You will catch the Reaver of Common Sense uncensored, unfiltered, and only on shrmedia.com.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
And welcome back to the, Reaver After Dark. And we are back. You still there, Crash? Or did you lose?
No, I'm still here. I'm just laughing at the name of your show.
What, the Reaver After Dark? I know. I need like the porn music going. Bow, chicka, bow, chicka, bow, chicka, bow.
I'm sorry. Is it wrong that the only thing I can think of is run Jeremy for president because you're going to get screwed either way. Might as well have it done by a professional.
Don't laugh, because my buddy Paris was working as a cook at one of the strip clubs down here, and we got, a whole street road of strip clubs. And Jeremy, he was there, and he got one of those. My buddy got one of those shirts of Jeremy for president, and it was signed and everything. Stupid trivia. I just thought it was really funny. All right, we had discussed this article earlier too.
Anyway.
Scientists claim high CO2 levels are making people dumber. So that would explain why these idiotic morons think that global warming is an actual man-made event and not just Mother Nature. That would explain why they're so stupid. Bueller?
They're stupefying themselves by opening their mouths.
Exactly. I mean, I'm getting tired. I don't know about you. What it's going on to me is called Mother Nature, not man-made.
Look, I've made this. I mean, I'm sure I've made this statement to you before, and I'll make this till the day I die. Do I believe there is such a thing as global warming? Do I believe that our impact on the Earth does have an effect? Yes, I do.
To a degree.
However, do I believe that our impact on the Earth is so detrimental that all of a sudden we're going to end all life that has survived millions of years? Absolutely freaking no way. If anything, the only thing that it's done is it's accelerating a process that already existed in Mother Nature, which Mother Nature naturally compensates for. Life goes through cycles. The world has gone through cycles. It has done so for billions and billions and billions and billions of years.
But tell me that
it will continue to do so.
Tell me this global warming phenomenon is not like a cult, like a David Koresh or any of those crazy. Whoa! I hate those pop-up ads.
You want me to tell you it's not like that?
No, I'm asking. I mean, that's how I consider. I call them global warming.
Stand by. Okay, stand by. Do you hear the crickets? Because I ain't saying shit. Sorry, I hope you have a buzzer on your end.
No, but hang on. Oh, it's not there. Dang it. All right, keep talking.
The fact of the matter is, at least in my opinion, people jump on a bandwagon because it feels good. And I'm sorry to put it that way, but it's a feel-good item.
That's exactly.
It's what is
and here we go.
Politically acceptable at this time. You son of a...
I actually had those queued up from before. I had that and Looney Tunes. Because for me, the Looney Tunes is what I think of whenever I think of the Democrats coming up to talk. I mean, it would be like, okay, and next up to speak is so-and-so from the state of New Jersey, Democrat candidate. Oop, hang on.
I think you should go with the circus theme of do 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 do.
No, that would be me and you getting out of a car.
Especially an old-fashioned bug.
All right, and then I want to get going along because we actually only got like 8 minutes left on the show.
Go ahead.
But what I want to also bring up that goes along with it, there's a new article. An agency, I'm trying to find. I'm just looking at the title right now. Agency won't give GOP internal documents on climate research, citing confidential concerns and the integrity of scientific process. The National Oceanic and NOAA said it won't give Republican Lamar Smith the research documents he subpoenaed. So if this global warming cultist garbage is real, why are they afraid to give up some basic scientific information if it's so real? I would think they would be willing to toss it at people here.
They would. The fact, what was that one statement? Please repeat that one statement that you made. What was something of the scientific process? What was the first thing that you said?
Citing confidential concerns.
Confidential concerns of the scientific process. Okay,
well, and integrity. And
the integrity. Okay. Now, that right there, confidentiality and integrity of the scientific process. Okay. That right there raises concerns with me. Now,
using words they don't understand.
Shut up.
Well, I actually, that'll tie it in also, not to cut you off, but one last thing real quick, then I'll let you speak. You have my permission. I'm going to get cussed out afterwards on that one. I actually want to start up a donation. Dictionaries for Democrats. They seem to use words that they don't know the meaning of. Affordable, transparency,
obviously.
Integrity. All right, go ahead.
Anyway, not going into my history, I've spent a lot of years, and I'm going to just summarize that by saying well over a decade, in the scientific community in various fields, working everything from chemicals to pharmaceuticals and a lot of other adjunct areas.
So are you trying to say you're an undocumented pharmacist?
I was not going to go there, and I was okay, that's next week's topic.
Okay,
But anyway, we don't have enough time for that.
I know.
The fact of the matter is, if you're going to say that the integrity and the confidentiality of the scientific process is going to be compromised by releasing the data, that means that the integrity of your data is already compromised. Because if you followed a scientific protocol, if you actually did the studies correctly by any standard, okay, and even if, okay, let's say you didn't use a U.S. standard, you used a standard in some 16th world country, if you followed a standard that you could reference and people could relate back to, they would turn around and say, oh, okay, well, we can take this, and if we, if we correlate it to this, then it becomes this, da, 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 da. There's a method to follow.
Mm-hmm.
By stating that we're not going to release it because it's going to compromise the standard, no, BS. There is a national standard for a scientific method.
Right.
Guess what? That's how the drugs you take, and I mean the legal ones, not the illegal ones.
But if you look at it, it's the National Oceanic Atmosphere Administration, and the Republican that was asking for the information is the chairman of the House Science Committee. So where does this organization get off telling the chairman of that committee they can't have the information? We're funding that.
Let's take a guess.
It's just we're funding it ourselves, or the government is funding it from the people and paying the NOAA to do it. And then NOAA says, no, you can't have the results.
The fact of the matter is, I mean, I will be perfectly honest with you, I use on a daily basis, I use a lot of information from NOAA.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yes, I do. I cross-reference it with other agencies. And
I built an ARC because of them.
Okay, but the fact of the matter is, they generally, they know what they're doing. Now, that's not to say that there's not something screwed up going on inside of there. What concerns me is the fact that if you're going to put that agency's name on something, an agency that is very well funded and very well regarded, and say that, oh, their scientific process can't be compromised, well, wait a second, they use the same scientific process that I do. Or at least they're supposed to be, because mine's based on theirs. So now I start to question everything that I do on a daily basis to keep people safe in my line of work.
I didn't even think of that part.
More concerns.
Because I would believe more in the man-made global warming if one of their predictions even halfway came true, or one of their computer models halfway came true. But none of that has even come anywhere near truth. All their models have failed. All their predictions have failed. I mean, there's a prediction that just went by on end of July of 2015. New York City was going to be underneath 15 to 20 feet of water. I don't know about you, but I haven't heard of any reports of being underwater.
Okay. New York City is not underwater, no. But if, from a scientific standpoint, if you look at it, and no, I don't have any facts to...
Right, I understand. We're just shooting the breeze.
But in any case, if you look at the sea level for Lower Manhattan and the sea levels that are currently existing and where they're rising to, it does not correlate. I mean, in mathematical terms and scientific terms, Lower Manhattan actually should be underwater.
Yeah. Well,
but
there's some pumping going on.
Man-made items, they're not. So it's now with 15 to 20 feet.
That's beyond what they were saying. Well, listen, stay on the line. I'm going to talk to you after I get off. It's pretty much the end of the show. I really appreciate you coming on, and hang on.
You need to push for a 2-hour slot, because I ain't done with you yet.
I know. It goes by quick, doesn't it? I mean, especially when you have someone to bounce stuff off of. It's been really fun having you on. I want to talk to you because I got something I got to send you and to see where our little project is. But
finish up your show, and we'll catch up.
Yep. Do you want me to give you a call back, or do you want to get off the line now? It's up to you.
I'll be on standby.
Okay.
Right here.
All right. So everybody, remember, Monday through Friday, noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on shrmedia.com and punditpress.com. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense with the host of me, Jersey Joe. And on Wednesday nights, Reaver After Dark, every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. till 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on shrmedia.com and punditpress.com. And hopefully we'll have Dean coming around again soon. Well, oops, sorry about that. You know I'd screw up sooner or later. I'm a blonde. People that know us was going to figure out who you were. And I understand why, but oops, sorry. Coming up next is Ken the Conservative. A great show. If anybody listening has not stayed on to listen to him, I strive to be as great as Ken is. And then after that, at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is the Sackhead Show. It's like two old married couple having an argument over who's more dumb. All right, guys, we'll let you get going, and I will catch you all tomorrow. And that's the show. Oops.
Storm that's broken me, my only friend, yeah. In this river I shall fade to black. In this river ain't no coming back. In this river I shall fade to black. Ain't no coming back.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.